Like 2 years ago, when PSG brought in Messi, in a move that felt like making a super team at France with Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, other guys who brought in that summer, and to win like Champions Leagues, to win almost every single trophy they could have won. As we know, that success didn't really go for them, and PSG recognized that that team wasn't going to go much further than that, wasn't going to pay off as they wanted, and they went and they made actions. They left other players like Messi, Neymar, even Verratti leave with no argument, with no disputes around the club. Like Mbappe, when he wanted to leave PSG, fought for him to still only play for 1 more year. But for other guys, they kind of let him leave, and they made actions to revamp the squad entirely. And this rebuild phase they went in, and they are still going on right now, is something that other clubs should really look at and learn from them. See, they knew that maybe Messi and Neymar didn't really have much years left on them, and Mbappe eventually was going to leave. They got to hold on for him for like 1 more year, but apart from that, they knew that he was going to leave and join Real Madrid because that was his dream. But they went on his rebuild phase to kind of turn around their squad completely and make a brand new leaf for PSG's football in the upcoming years, and that process has been incredibly well done. I mean, so looking at the average squad age, they went from 4 seasons ago having 26.2 average squad age to now 4 seasons later having a 23.7 average squad age. And went from having the oldest squad in League One to now having the second youngest squad in League One. And to do that in just 4 years is something that can be easily done. And that all started when hiring Luis Campos as their football advisor, a guy that had a lot of experience, a lot of clubs, and made teams to compete around their philosophy, their transfer policy, and turn them into really good teams with a very bright future. And you can see that in the transfer history that PSG has had in a couple of years. Looking at the main starting 11, 7 of the starters were all signed the past 2 to 3 years, and I mean, I would say like I think about 65% of all transfers they've done in the past 2 years were massive successes. They had some kind of flops here and there with Colomwani and Ramos. Guys like Colomwani especially was brought in on a big price tag, like this promising young striker who even he recently admitted that the pressure on him going to PSG, which is a huge price tag, was a lot of pressure on him that he's just going to handle. So there were a lot of players, not a lot, some players that can be considered as flops, considering Colomwani and Gonzalo Ramos, who hasn't really delivered or we thought he could deliver. And they had some mass signings, but a lot of those mass signings, they still kind of got some money back from them. But the signings they had to correct are just completely insane. You have Kvaratskhelia, which as coming at PSG and played amazing. Dembele, who for a transfer that they're now doing is kind of odd because he's kind of an older guy. But as come in, especially this second part of the season, has been amazing. Marcola has turned around to be one of the best French players in football and in League One. They had like Jean Vitinha and those two parts midfielders be completely demons in midfield. They had Willem Pacho. Like they brought in a lot of guys to really regenerate PSG and make them a really good team for the past 5, 6, 7 years if all goes right. Another key part of how PSG has been taking of a team, especially this season, was bringing in Luis Enrique, a manager who has a lot of experience, as we know, with Barcelona and other teams. And he got brought in and he implemented his playing style. A playing style which has proven to be immensely good for PSG's team, that fits them perfectly. And he built his squad around that play style. And that's why, I mean, every single player fits perfect for each role. And that's why bringing a manager that has already a play style they want to put on a team, they want to change the philosophy, and bringing guys, after the support of the board, bringing guys after scouting power, to bring the guys that fit perfectly in their role and be able to fit them in and make them very good as a squad is the reason why PSG having so good results. This is why Luis Enrique was probably the perfect decision to bring as a manager. PSG not only making great decisions in terms of player signings and decisions, but also bringing in the manager that is perfect for this process. And that's something that needs to be applauded. Now, when you factor all of this together, the player talents, the philosophy of playing style, and the transfer policy, and how the timing that was to kind of give up on the other team, kind of let them go as early as they maybe could have, even if maybe bringing more money wasn't the main priority, but really the main priority was turn around this football team. I mean, it just shows that whole process shows how good PSG teams. It really paid off. PSG now has become a very good team. In Champions League, we think that they are now playing against Liverpool. They have a kind of a slow start Champions League season, but now in round 16, playing against Liverpool. I'm recording this a day before the second leg against Liverpool, so I don't know if they're going to win it, if they're going to lose it, but the first leg against Liverpool was amazing, and they played that well against the Premier League leaders who are dominating the Premier League, one of the best teams in Europe, who I think got first in Champions League stage. We played that good against them. She has shown a lot of positive signs around the team and around how well they've been playing. And I mean, I'm saying this behind time, but I won't be surprised if PSG actually completes a comeback tomorrow. That Anfield is going to be a way tougher game than it was last week. I'm completely sure that PSG is going to have an opportunity to make the comeback. I won't be at all surprised. And also in League 1, obviously we expect a lot of dominance from PSG, as we've seen over the past 10 years, which it seems. But this season is different. We're seeing a dominance that hasn't really been usual for PSG. If they continue playing at this rate, getting results at the rate they've been going all year, they can become the best side ever in League 1 history, at least in the past few decades. They can beat the best PSG team in terms of records and the points scored. They can beat the best team ever for PSG, the best PSG team ever. Because I mean, they're going past the teams that had Messi, Neymar, and Neymar, going to years we had Ibra and Cavani playing together. This team that doesn't really have a guaranteed start, like maybe Kvaratskhelia is the main star, but really it's really more of a team oriented team. They're going to beat out teams that have amazing stars just because how well they are built. And I think there are mainly two teams that should look at this, look at what PSG has done, and really learn from them. The first off is Chelsea. Why? Because Chelsea has also recognized a few years ago, I think 2 years ago, when they fired Graham Potter and they kind of give up on the whole idea of being a super team without Bowley. They kind of gave up on super team, tried to sell all the other players they could have, and brought in a lot of younger players. That's one aspect of the rebuild, which I've been saying I think disliked it for every single year. I'm complaining. I complained past this. I've complained 2 years ago. I complained a lot of times about this. Chelsea went way too much in on younger players. They brought in a lot of players. And a lot of them, like Andre Santos, David Washington, Angelo, I mean, some of them maybe sold with profits after 1 or 2 years, but they weren't really play. They didn't really play for Chelsea. Maybe 20 million pounds for guys who didn't even play a competitive game for Chelsea, and that actually bails me. I mean, you have guys. Next year, look at the Chelsea team. You can see they're stacked. They have Pedro Neto, Madueke, Cole Palmer, a lot of guys on the attack, and they are bringing in still Country Pies and Estevan, 2 young guys. Need to play to really fully develop to their max potential, and I don't know if they are able to do that next year because of how good some of such players are, and because you really can't take much game time from them. I mean, even this year, Chelsea has had to kind of let Cole Palmer not be rested in the first phase of the Conference League, which I understand because the teams they were playing against weren't really that good. But if you have to not rest like your best 5 guys to give more playing time to other people, she really shows how bad of a transfer policy he had. I mean, Todd Bowley almost seemed like he was signing every single young player he could have. I mean, if you went to Brazil and saw like a guy running into the streets and little past two old men, you would sign him. 50 million quid on him. Right, then done. Brought to Chelsea, and that's what I think was the main mistake by Chelsea in this rebuild process, and why maybe they aren't still that far away as they once they maybe could have been. Another problem was the match situation. They got rid of Graham Potter. I know who even they brought in after that. Well, I don't know what they brought in. Let me check. Yeah, so I mean, they fired Graham Potter. They brought in Frank Lampard for like, I think was 3 months. And it was like an interim manager. They brought in Pochettino, and it was like for like a full year actually, full season. They got rid of him and brought in Enzo Maresca. I think Pochettino, when he was fired, a lot of people were surprised. A lot of players didn't really want him to be fired, and that just kind of brings in instability that really isn't good for the team or for the players that are in that. Because every single player knows that playing under a lot of managers in like a short period of time is not really good, because you get a lot of things demand from you and whatever. So this sort of instability is also a big reason to why Chelsea didn't really get the success they wanted yet, and that's why PSG at one point had success they had, because they bought in on Luis Enrique, and he was the perfect guy to choose. I mean, to really understand how big Chelsea's spending was, look at the stats. I mean, the past 3 seasons, Chelsea signed 42 players when PSG only signed 21 players in that same time span. This alone doesn't show how messed up was their policy. I mean, it still might be, because Chelsea might still bring in like 50 more players next summer, and it really shows how messed up the transfer policy and their squad recruitment really is. Other team that should learn from PSG, United, and it comes down to the timing of realizing that their team isn't good enough to compete. I mean, I think they've been knocking on the same door for the past 4 years or 5 years, because they're trying to be a competitive team, trying to get in a title race, trying to get Champions League football every single year, when they don't have the squad or the manager to just absolutely do that. They should have fired that Nag a long time ago. I mean, from the morning, I mean, I might be biased because I'm a Sporting fan and I saw what he did with Sporting, and I mean, he really went through the same rebuild phase and did it perfectly. From morning, I think is going to become the perfect guy to really buy into that rebuild phase. But this rebuild phase they are now going through of getting rid of the other players, bringing in new guys to revamp their old squad should have been done like 2 years ago. They should have been done way more sooner. And if so, if they did act on this sooner, they wouldn't be in the position they are right now, like in 15 in a relegation race more than anything. And that's why they're in a bad position right now with all the money that United has to be saved now. It's a very big mess at Old Trafford right now, and this kind of problem of the timing is really the main reason for that. What PSG is really doing here just shows how well run of a team they are, how well run of a club they are, and that's why they win titles every single year, even with obviously League One being a very easier league, of why they are playing as they are, and a lot of teams should really get your eyes on them because you really learn a lot from PSG and all the rebuild process in these past 2 years.